Alright. Sultai Tezzeret. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge here. 6 mana Planeswalker. Creature and Planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts, which means they cost one less mana for every creature or for every artifact you control. So the general idea of a pseudo combo kill with this deck is you cast Tezzeret with some artifacts in play. In this case, we've got Witch's Oven, Golden Egg, Goose, Cauldron Familiar, Trail of Crumbs, a food package to supply artifacts, as well as Karn, Scion of Urza. And then what we do here is we play Karn the Great Creator for free because he has affinity for artifacts. If we have at least 4 artifacts. Then you -2 Karn and grab Guardians of Koilos out of your sideboard, which will be free if you have 5 artifacts. Then you play this and pick Karn the Great Creator back up. Then you replay Karn for free, -2 him again, get another Guardian, and you get 4 4/4s into play. And then you have a bunch of artifacts that you played for very little mana, and then you can plus Tezzeret to deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of artifacts you control. We've got Maelstrom Pulse and Murderous Rider to be a little bit interactive. We've got the food package with Trail of Crumbs to get some card selection going. We can also technically win with Witch's Oven plus Cauldron Familiar. I've got a few different artifacts for utility in the sideboard. We've got Grafdigger's Cage and Sorcerous Spyglass as hate cards to fetch with the Great Creator. And then we also have some Wishclaw Talismans here, which is cheeky with the Great Creator because you can grab it, use it, and then when you give it to your opponent, Karn the Great Creator locks them out of it. Locks them out of using the Wishclaw you give them. So let's go ahead and hop on into some historic ranked here with this and see how it goes. Yeah, there's I think there's 4 or 5 different raid clans at this point, depending on where you're at in the game. And which clan boss you're hitting. You want to jump into one of them? Hey, Kushino, glad to have you here. There are a number of brand new player guilds focusing on the start of the game, GW. Got a wide range of people poking at it. I'm gonna lead on. Let's just play Cauldron Familiar on one. Might as well. The Hoaglandia clan full of heavy hitters. We killed the Nightmare boss yesterday for the first time, so that was exciting. With our powers combined. Mind Stone. Yeah, that's a good direct to historic card that could be reasonable in here. We don't even necessarily have to cut. We don't even necessarily have to cut the eggs altogether. We could cut something else to fit Mind Stone in. That's probably a good suggestion. Thanks for the 15 months, Avatar. Are you fire or heart, Jeff? I don't know what that's referring to. Could you explain? Well, I was gonna Murderous Rider this Chain Whirler, but with Oven drawn, I think I'd rather play this so I can get my cap back. Double Edge, thanks for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. Did I not update Stream Decker? I thought I did that. Let me fix that for you. Wow. Goose violence. It's real rude. Ooh. I would love to hit a land drop. Thank you very much. You could say the goose is cooked, something like that. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Majestic. If you didn't watch, we actually played Kiki Cord in Modern somewhat recently, and it was kind of great. I think we 3-2'd. I don't remember what the record was, but I'd definitely play it again. It was quite excellent. Was super happy with it. And in fact, if we run out of Magic Online decks in the queue, things like Kiki Cord is probably what I'll add back in myself. The increased price of Moto decks has successfully thinned those formats out of the queue for the most part. See if they have a way to kill this here. I have another food, so if they do, it's not a big deal. Ha! I think I'd actually rather Murderous Rider than Maelstrom Pulse here, because Maelstrom Pulse can kill a Cleave or an Experimental Frenzy. It definitely can, Shuki. Thanks for the support. Alright, here's a... Ooh, we're gonna get super rewarded for holding this pulse. Here's a lukewarm take for people that are actually me about the Steamkin thing. If my opponent were to play a burn spell there at my face, that's a good thing, because it's a burn spell that's not coming at one of my creatures down the line. So on level 1, blocking Steamkin is ideal there. On level 2, when you think about what we could encourage them to have happen, if they do what you're suggesting they could do that's bad for us, it's actually good for us in the long run. I forgot to be checking. Have they not? They really haven't entered maintenance yet? Maintenance was supposed to start an hour ago. And there also wasn't supposed to be downtime. Is there going to be downtime now? There is an update today, but it's supposed to be a 0. It was supposed to roll out 50 minutes ago. And it's not posted yet. I hadn't been checking, but it's not posted yet. Yeah, I just got a system notification too. Maybe they're adding in Grazer foils. Here's open. They still say no downtime's expected. Perfect. They've been very good about patches and no downtime. Is it better to let the cat die in combat? Disagree. That's why I didn't let it die in combat. I think them taking counters off their thing doesn't really matter. Yeah, hopefully it's bringing in a Boreal Grazer and a Disdainful Stroke Foil with it. That'd be a worthwhile patch. Definitely want Aether Gust, Thrashing Brontodon here. Need to cut 4 more cards. Honestly, it's probably just the golden eggs. I'm gonna trim one of my... I'm gonna trim a couple of these idiots at the top end. What is the Butcher Cleave deck in the deck queue? It is a build-around request for Dreadhorde Butcher and Ember Cleave. If there's not a link, that means it's a build-around submission. I usually build-arounds the day before. Or a couple of days before if I have some extra time. Like, tomorrow on my day off when I'm not live, I'll be building a bunch of build-around decks that are still missing in the queue. I'm gonna lead on Witch's Oven, because I don't want to play Cauldron Familiar and then have them kill it, and then I can't stack it to the oven. If that's true, Way Warren, are they bringing criminal charges against her? I hope they brought criminal charges against her. Yes, they said they were. Good. You love to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna eat this because it counters their Bone Crusher Giant. That's excellent. Thanks for keeping me sane and making remote learning lessons the constant parent of students to help them learn what's going on. Raging, thanks for keeping me around. That is domestic terrorism for sure. I agree. Yeah, I know the guy that licked a bunch of stuff was charged with terrorism. Which is good. I think they need to be really, really firm on stuff like that to make it very clear that this is not a joke. Okay. Well. Huh. So, if we get Goose into play here and they don't kill it, we could Tezzeret Karn do the thing next turn, right? Which is kind of exciting. Well, that's just rude. Windowhead, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Whoop. And for the 12 months at that. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. They have Frenzy plus Steamkin here. Wow, that is so incredibly lucky. That's unreal. That's super unfortunate. That, however, you know, one good rip deserves another, I suppose. I think I kill the Steamkins, right? I think we kill the Steamkins. Brick. We just need a land next turn, chat. We just need a land. Ba-bee! Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's memeing for something. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. My allies are counting on me. Yeah, and then we get to end the chain with Grafdigger's Cage. My purpose is greater than myself. So for people that aren't familiar with what's going on, Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge, gives our creatures and planeswalkers affinity for artifacts. And then we're going to get to plus him to deal a bunch of damage at the end. Because we have all these foods in play. That was just like we drew it up, huh? I always love when a plan comes together, chat. And it would gain us some life. You have just like 16 power, hit him for 9, gain 9. I like when we get to do the thing. Oh, I wanted to try Mind Stone, right? I don't know that I want to straight up replace egg, but some Mind Stone sounds good. We can probably trim eggs. Mind Stone sounds reasonable. Do I need Scion of Urza? Although I also like, I don't know that I really need Mind Stone either. He makes some chunky monkeys. I could just coward split it and see how that feels. Yeah, let's just play all the ramp. Let's play all of it and see how it goes. We can just keep track of when it would have been better as egg. You can always change it back if we play it and it's like super worse than egg. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland, and I stream Magic and other strategy games full-time here on Twitch. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of Standard and Historic here on Magic the Gathering Arena. We also play some of Magic's older formats on Magic the Gathering Online, like Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here, din and dat without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on all of your purchases of sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Also look for the fantastic accessories there with them. Frantic, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Grimoire deck boxes would love to help you protect your cards in style with their really elegant custom wooden deck and card carriers. They come in individual deck boxes as well as larger boxes like this that can hold up to 300 cards, double sleeved, or 800 cards if you wanted to sleeve an entire cube. And of course, inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. You head over to inkedgaming.com/Jeff. You can save some money on your purchase there of custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
So, for those of you who are new, normally I don't throw my own ad break so closely after I ran a Twitch ad break, but there was a arena update that went live, so I was looking off to the side because I was getting this processing while we ran the ad break. So grabbing the patch here, and then we'll be back in with some more Sultai Tezz here in just a moment. How'd Legacy go this morning? We had some sweet games, but Elves overall just kind of felt like a dumpster fire. Modern Horizons was really a stain of a set. Flippin' Plague Engineer is just so brutal. We had someone turn to Emrakul us, and then we untapped and killed them with Glimpse of Nature, so that was great. Yeah, we played against 2 Chalice decks and 2 Plague Engineer decks. We played against a main deck Plague Engineer. Yeah, we had someone who had Plague Engineer and Punishing Fire. Yeah, it was rough. Rough. There were some good games in it. We had some good puzzle games. But in terms of match results, it was mostly just a dumpstering. What did Tribal decks ever do to deserve Plague Engineer, right? Plague Engineer isn't even that good against humans. Like, a lot of the human creatures have 2 toughness. It's so brutal. Like, yeah, it's fine against humans, but like, it doesn't dumpster humans like it dumpsters elves and a lot of like goblins and stuff like that. Prepare your assets, chat. We're going in. Nice, Ace. Hope you enjoy it. Have you tried Plague Engineer in Kiki Chord? I've not. I've not played that deck with the Black Splash in recent memory. Yeah, the new MSI is up. We just downloaded it. So, the download size, just to give Arena credit where credit is due. As a heads up, as I've talked about in the past, I do all of my streaming from a Linux computer. And while Arena runs perfectly under Wine, one issue it does have is their patcher doesn't work under Wine because it's a .NET pile of garbage. So when there's an Arena update, I have to reinstall the entire application. So that 3.1 gigs was installing all of Arena. It wasn't just the patch. Comcast would have throttled. Yeah, I just couldn't do my job under Comcast. Batch for Coons was 300 megs, sure. I was really sad that Wizards decided to go with the Epic Game Store instead of Steam, though. Because, like, Steam is great, and Steam integrates Wine directly into the native Linux Steam client. And you just, like, can tell it to install Windows applications just natively inside Steam and run them with Proton. Yeah, Epic almost assuredly gave them a deal. Almost assuredly. You don't use the Epic Game Store if you're not getting a deal because its features are worse. I mean, I don't know that it's about to ruin their career. Like, it's gonna kill both the Risen Reefs, but like these cards drew 3 cards between them, so like, you know. So they think they can keep me off of lands because they haven't seen me play a land yet. That's fine. We'll play this out. Yep. Not having to get Veiled is so great. Screw that card. Screw that card. I'm gonna start by plussing this again, because there's just 2 lands in exile. I think I'm gonna go get Wishclaw. Because Wishclaw can go get the Tezzeret. If I'm stuck inside, might as well start doing the electronic crack again. Thanks to the 7 months, Toolboxer. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. Well, so, like the worst of combos, our combo doesn't actually fully kill them. That's the best kind of combo, something like that. I guess Cage is actually a little awkward because it stops our cats from working. I'm gonna grab the Spyglass here. Maelstrom Pulse, Yarok, Cavalier. Yikes. This doesn't really do anything, right, in this matchup? I just like name Castle Vantress. I'm gonna kill the Risen Reef in response here, so they don't get triggers on the Yarok. If they brick on a green source for a little bit more, we could be okay. Blast Zone would be a good one, yeah. Blast Zone would be a good one to name. So I want to just put as many artifacts into play as possible here. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see them pulse the Karn here, yeah. Peak Twitch chat is someone telling me I made a mistake while not paying attention to what's going on their screen. Never change Twitch chat. Or maybe do. Or maybe consider changing. Or maybe consider changing. One of the two. Ha. Okay, so that's a Tezzeret. So I don't have enough artifacts in play to cast everything for free just yet. So I think I'm supposed to... Wishclaw to put an artifact into play. And then I can double Gilded Goose to put 2 more artifacts into play. I'm not dead on board, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 15. I do need a blocker. I think we just pass here. Yeah, Yarok's exactly 15. Was Tezz, Wishclaw, Karn not a line? Sure, that's a legal play. Can you explain why that's the play I should make, Kunox? Instead of just saying, hey, could you make a legal play? Is that a legal play even? Actually, you're right. It does say it's not a legal play. Oh, no. We were talking about how I should have named Blast Zone, too. Rough. This is probably going to be a good example of getting to do the thing, but our thing just not being good enough.
Please stop.
Please stop. So we get to put 4 4/4s into play here. It is a shame Virulent Plague is not an artifact. You are not wrong.
I will not stop.
So artifacts don't have affinity for artifacts. It's only creatures and planeswalkers.
Please stop. My allies are counting on me. I have faced worse than the likes of you.
You could return Tezz to double Wishclaw. This costs some mana, chat. Things cost mana. I always love how, regardless of what you're doing, people like always forget that you like have to pay mana for your spells in decks like this. You're just like, oh, you just get to take a bunch of game actions and do stuff. Why is naming Blaststone useful? They can literally blow Blaststone up in response here. Why is naming Blaststone useful? If people keep telling me to take game actions, tell me why that's the game action we're supposed to take, for the love of God. Why is that the game action you think I should be taking? Sarah Q, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Give him the claw. It's worth it just for the animation, really. Just for the claw animation. I feel like a lot of work went into that claw animation for how little it's bound to have been used. The animation is quite wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna bless Karn and a Spyglass so it can block. I'm gonna pass here. Play a second card and turn a food into a 0/0. That is a legal play. That is. It's definitely legal play. But why is that useful, Good Nuts? What problem are you solving by gaining access to that line? Why is it helpful to be able to do that? Is my question to you. Stay safe, Draken. Was there anything good to 2 to 4 Wishclaw? Well, I mean, obviously, if I thought there was, I would have done it. If I bring cats back, is going to depend on how they attack. We have the option to bring cats back as blockers, though. In fact, cats plus Tezzeret might win the game next turn, because I have 2 more Tezz in my deck. So if this lives, I get to plus it, zap them, find another one, plus it, zap them with the new one. What problem is solved by adding that card to the Yarok field deck? The Agent Fet. So these are 9 attacking here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. If I bring back 2 cats, I have 8 blockers. So then I could block 8 zombies. Tezzeret would take 5 and go to 2 and still blast them. They don't have Pulse in their hand. They have Cavalier. Little interface trick here. Click on all your creatures. Click the 9. It'll block like that. Am I a little bit short here? Am I 1 point of damage short? I'm too short? So I don't have enough. Oh wait, Tezzeret gives the next Tezzeret affinity. Okay, that's perfect. Give them the claw! Give them the claw! Bzzz. This should strike fear into you. Wishclaw, don't bother me. Wishclaw, don't bother me. Do 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 do. GG. All right. I don't know if this deck's probably not good, but I think we can count the build around successful because we've done the thing. That's my goal, chat. The goal that you go into these things with is, what if we did the thing a couple of times? And we've successfully done the thing. All right, how am I sideboarding here? How do we feel about Agonizing Remorse and Aether Gust as opposed to Murderous Rider? I think I like Remorse and Gust better. Downside is I can't search for them with Trail. Again, for people that are newer in chat, don't ask me a card name and say, Jeff, tell me why this card sucks. If you think a card is good, form a logical, coherent argument about why I should play the card you're recommending. And if you can form a good argument, we can have a discussion about it. But if you can't form a good argument, your suggestion's probably not good, and you can stop yourself before you make it. We've done the thing twice in 2 matches. It's great. It's been quite a treat. Easy deck of the day potential so far, and we're still early. Mind Stone looking very good here. I'm actually going to play this tapped on one, because then turn 2 I can go play Mind Stone, play Oven off of Mind Stone. You want to add Plat Angel to the sideboard. Ooh. That's a good suggestion, right? Because Platinum Angel will be free when we combo, and we don't necessarily kill them when we combo. Yeah, let's add a Plat Angel to the board. It's like actually a real card here. See, like that. Let's add Platinum Angel because it helps us survive after we do the thing. Problem, we can die after we do the thing. Potential solution, Platinum Angel. Great example of a way to approach making deck edits. Is a very good place to end the chain, I agree. That's basically what most card suggestions boil down to, Ghosted. The problem is you're not playing the card I like. The solution is you should add the card. That a lot of card suggestions end up boiling down to that. You're only hurting yourself. Probably Aether Gusting this Yarok this turn. So the problem with playing a card like Psy is that from an individual power level perspective, Psy is an incredibly weak card. And the goal of building this deck in the way in which I've constructed it is to make it so the power level of this deck in the games where we don't draw the combo, we're still functional. So I think Psy would be a good example of adding a pretty low quality card to my deck. The time has come. Oh, that tapped my Black Source. Yikes. Well, I guess we're shocking this in then, huh? I am not a member of the Magic the Gathering Arena team. You should direct questions regarding Magic the Gathering Arena things toward the Arena team. Huh? Alright, I'm gonna eat a food in response here then, so I get to draw a card at least. Arpai, thanks for the happy year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I mean, here's a good way to answer your question. Is the card you're recommending a card that sees play in other decks in the format already? If the answer is the card you're recommending does not see play in other decks, that's probably because it's a low power level card. Cards that are individually powerful tend to see play outside of synergy shells. Is a good rule of thumb.
I'll make use of that later.
Arena has 0 downtime patches. They've had an incredibly smooth update experience on Magic Arena. It's been very impressive. They had a couple of hiccups with it at the very start, but since for a while now they've had really smooth updates. We're gonna avoid playing out more 1-mana things because they do currently have a Blast Zone in play. Urza is still pretty far from coming back for them. We have Green Cavalier here. Green Cavalier would be very good. Not only is it another threat that digs for Field of the Dead, but it dumps cards into their bin for their Uro later. Even if a card is individually powerful, you still, generally speaking, want it to be solving a problem that we have. Because there's lots of individually powerful cards in Magic. The way you narrow down which cards are worth playing in your deck is by figuring out what issues your deck has and how you fix them. Yeah, we're just gonna honk the Goose here at end of turn. We're just waiting to do it so I can block the Rejuvenator.
You may regret that choice.
We have killed with Tezzeret twice in 2 matches. This is the second match. Karn often draws lands. Sometimes he draws spells, though. His plus, generally speaking, draws lands, though, for people that didn't play a lot of Standard with this card. You play it because plussing it to get a land is fine. You think we should be making XXs? I don't know. I feel like the XXs don't actually kill them because they're gonna find Field of the Dead sometime soon, right? So, like, I feel like I'm supposed to just, like, set up to get my Tezzeret, get my Laser Beam online. Why do I have to kill this later, Zingzal? Why can't I just ignore it? Is there a reason why you don't think I can just ignore this card? Because I feel like I just get to ignore it. Opponent should have Blast Zone pre-combat? Maybe. If they Blast Zone, they can't Uro this turn, and I think they want to Uro this turn. I'm going to wait to bring the cat back a second time because we could draw a Trail of Crumbs here. And if we draw a Trail of Crumbs, bringing the cat back, we'll draw a card. Do I want to kill Uro? Probably.
This will not deter. Your patience is rewarded.
If I get some chip shots in here, it makes killing them with Tezz later easier. I mean, this month will be a really good measure of if they have a significant increase in brawl play by making it free. It does, Rad. It reduces X. You just get to play it equal to the number of artifacts you have for free. They're scared. They're scared, chat. They're scared. They're afraid of the Tezz. Hide your memes, chat. They're coming for our memes. They're coming for our memes. What did my memes ever do to you, opponent? What did my memes ever do to you? I hope they add just Commander on the platform. Because, like, as Historic gets bigger, just having it be 100 card makes sense, I think, rather than being 60 card. Because Brawl has to be exactly 60 cards, right? Can we still win? Yeah, we can kill them with Cauldron Familiar. Yeah, I think that was do a search to figure out what in the heck the Tezzeret's name that you actually want to get rid of. Yeah, Karn's probably going to start making things. Wow, they still haven't found a Field of the Dead. That's lucky. Yeah, multiplayer EDH is probably never happening on Magic Arena. The logistics of adding multiplayer are really, really convoluted.
Until you have lived in my retribution, I am not frightened by you.
So, Cage stops my cats from working. I'm not even sure Cage should be in the board. Yeah, I think we just get Spyglass for the Blast Zone here. And then we put the other Witches of it into play. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, well, this forces the hand on the Maelstrom Pulse at least.
You are acting on awe. Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my not-so-little friend. Yeah, Stonecoil Serpent sounds reasonable, and a Platinum Angel sounds reasonable. I think we're going to put both of those things in the board. I don't want to put too many artifacts in the sideboard, because, like, I want to have some actual sideboard cards to board in matches, too. It's very easy, like, if you were playing this deck in best of one, it's easy to just, like, put 15 cards in your sideboard that Karn can get, but, like, when you're trying to play this deck in best of three, you really do need the ability to, like, actually have actually have sideboard cards to board in at times, so you just can't have the entire thing be a toolbox reasonably. Well, that's an interesting decision. Did I miss your question? Enjoying store content a lot. Do you have time to update your deck page soon? And you still, or is update? Yeah, I don't add new decks instantly. Like I have a queue of new decks I need to take time to add, but deck lists that are up there, they're always updated. If I don't think something's reasonable, it gets deleted from the website. It's not, my website's not like MTG Top 8 or MTG Goldfish where like random top 8 lists get posted and then forgotten and you have to wonder when you pull it up a month later, like, are these relevant? I don't really have anything useful to get out of my sideboard with this, so I think I just let it die. People are suggesting bad artifacts at this point, and again, if you're playing this in best of one, put all the bad artifacts in your sideboard that you want. There's a real cost to dedicating sideboard slots. If we're getting things out of the sideboard, we want them to be something that's going to be something that we're using consistently, not sparingly. I'm going to give you a timeout, Gengar, because you didn't look at my actual deck list before making a card suggestion. Why not the free block with the Karn Struck? Because it's not a free block, because this card has a dies trigger. You have an entire graveyard full of stuff. We're probably dead here, right? Yeah. I'd rather have Remorse than Aether Gust since they're unmoored Egoing Us. Let's play Darksteel Forge and win the historic EDH game, something like that. Exhale, thank you for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, Niv, thanks for the sub gift team. Yep, sounds great. Of course you can, Fox. It's gonna fetch. Unfortunately, don't have untapped green on 1, but the rest of the hand is reasonable spells, so we're definitely keeping. We'll go Cat Goose on 2. And then we'll be able to play Trail on 3 and start eating food with the geese to draw cards. Afternoon Genesis. Or we could just get that going. Yeah, let's get that going to start. Not only is the format like a little bit brutal for Treasure Map, but both Brazen Borrower and 3-mana Teferi make Treasure Map not quite what it once was. Hey, Kent. Hope you're staying safe out there on the left coast. Thanks for the gift roonies. The 2 spell pluses with Karn just feel like cheating. They're so good. Grab a second green source here. Didn't get egoed. Fist pump. Huh? Man, their hand is gasoline. Not being able to break up their curve there feels real bad. Well, the problem with leaving them the Reef is they have an Agonizing Remorse of their own, so I don't think I'm going to get to pulse anything here. Thanks for the 26 months, John. Welcome back. I guess that attack was free, right? They weren't blocking. Yeah, I missed 2 points of damage. Ha! That's a line I didn't think of. Yeah, that was totes the line. We could have gotten Spyglass and named Fabled Passage. Yep. That's a good one to keep in mind for the future. That's definitely gonna come up again. A+ suggestion. Oh. Ooh. Turn target artifact from your graveyard to play. Graveyard to your hand. I don't even know if it's that good, but I'm playing it, right? Am I playing it? Probably. I just like clawing them for 1? Probably. I don't really want to kill the Cavalier. It's such a big animation for 1 point of damage. Oh, I guess I should just plus this, right? Because now they can remorse my Guardian. Yeah, I should just plus it. It's more points in our heart. The claw's always lethal in my heart of hearts. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Holy Elvis. Welcome back. Well, at least if they take my Guardian, I get to Maelstrom Pulse the Risen Reefs next turn, so that's nice. Hey, Dylan. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Was incredibly rude, I agree. What am I doing with Wishclaw? I think I'm just holding tight on it for a little bit. It's probably going to get Karn eventually, right? So we'll clear these out. We'll do this. We'll plus this. I think on nothing. Oh my god, I tapped off a fucking green mana. I was even thinking about that too. God. It's gonna lose us the game. Being down an artifact's a big deal. Yeah, I just need to like triple, quadruple check the auto tapper every time it does anything. It's so bad. It's just tough to retrain myself. The auto tapper was so good for so long. I just like felt comfortable trusting it most of the time. Ever since Eldraine released, like when things rotated. Yeah, it just like kept up a blue-black land when I have nothing that costs blue or black mana anywhere. Sticky note, auto tapper bad. Bad auto tapper. That's a good draw. Oh, this only picks up historic permanents. I'm dumb. I was thinking I could pick this up. I even looked over it too and missed that part. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. We messed this game up a couple different ways. I want to adjust the sideboard a little bit here. Platinum, everything in Historic's a historic permanent. That's the one, I kind of like the name of the format, except like with that asterisk, like why did they name the format after a mechanic in like a fairly recent set, one that's going to be legal in the format too, and like see some play? I think a Stonecoil and a Platinum Angel both sound super reasonable. I think I'm gonna go down to just like, oh wait, I already had room. Sweet. We'll go down to this. That's eight wish targets. We have 4 Guardians for the pseudo combo, a Spyglass, a Platinum Angel, a Stonecoil Serpent. I think Meteor Golem sounds really clunky and slow. I also think, again, I want some amount of real sideboard cards. Having cards to actually board in is important. If you're playing this in best of one, you should go nuts and play 15 sweet bad cards. Because you don't need sideboard cards there, but I think in best of three. Well, Wishclaw takes colorless mana, so it doesn't need to leave a black for Wishclaw, so it's probably not relevant. Great Henge. I actually don't hate that idea. It's like hardish to cast, but Great Henge with Cauldron Familiar draws a lot of cards. There's no way that's castable, right? There's no way that's castable. Yeah, you need a pretty sizable card construct. I spend my 4 mana card to choose my 4 mana card to tutor an 8 mana card. Welcome back, Gengar. YOLO. Don't basic mountain me, bro. Don't do it. Have a heart. Well, I mean, that's not a basic mountain, right? Technically, it's not a basic mountain, right? All right, Marty, I just want you to know what's in store for you if I get a bunch of BBs here. I want you to know who I'm gonna blame. I want you to know who's at fault if they play a bunch of Burning Tree emissaries. Oh no! Oh, everything's gone so horribly wrong, chat. Oh no! Ah, I'm all alone. That's good enough for me. That's close enough. Take a break. Take a break. Come upstate for the summer. Do. Don't go upstate right now, Marty. We're currently in a pandemic. Stay in your home. We're dead, right? I'm just not gonna show them any more cards. All right. Cheap blockers and a little bit of interaction. Probably want to trim the top end. Bant Omni Flood. Sounds good, Coma Cake. That'll get bumped up when I'm done streaming today. Well, Stonecoil is in the sideboard to fetch with Karn the Great Creator. So we will probably be fetching Stonecoil in this matchup, but we're not boarding it in because we have, by leaving it in the sideboard, we have 3 copies of it basically. Perfect. You love to see it. The Burgle Clip is a Hoaglandia classic. 10 out of 10 will Aether Gust whatever your play is. The plan is play a cat, make a food. You definitely can, too much dog. We should have a pretty quick turnaround time on general on Moto decks moving forward. I think we've got like 3 or 4 left in the queue after today, so most Moto submissions should be getting cleared off in a week or so at most. Well, you know. My cute deck might be clunky and bad, chat. I don't want to break any. I'm glad we'll always have those first 2 matches we played together. Right? Let's try one more. Let's try one more. I'm glad we got to do the thing in the first 2 matches. Quote 1. Quote 1 eternally relevant. Sure. Am I doing the Magic Fest thing? I am not. Traditional Magic tournaments like that tend to have a lot of downtime while you're waiting for rounds to pair. And on top of that, if you're newer to the channel, pretty much everything I play here is selected using a deck queue system that you can find up on my website. And I pretty much always have like a week to 2 weeks worth of backlog of decks to play. So, unless that changes at some point, I'm not planning to mess with the formula that makes my stream a successful business. Past that, most people that want to watch Spike content, they end up on like Crokey's channel and not here. My goal of the stuff that we play here is decidedly not Spike focused. I just pass here and plan to swift end the Risen Reef here again. Quasi-duplicate. Yep. We're gonna make some friends, chat. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Do. I assume they're a Nexus of Fate deck. They might not be a Field of the Dead deck if they're just blue-green. Could be, but could also not be. If I do this, I can then sack a food and pay 2 to draw 2 cards. That's great. So we're going to take 10 or 11 in combat here, but I'm going to gain 3, draw 2, so I think that's fine. Sure. So again, like, words have meanings, and it's important to listen to the words that I say. I didn't say people who don't identify as competitive players wouldn't be here. I said if your goal is purely competitive focused content, that's not the goal here. Most reasonable places that care about people or their employees are going to remain shut down probably until into the summer. There are a number of places where school districts have announced that they are closing through the end of the year already. As is often the case with words that come out of Donald Trump's mouth, when he said things could be open by Easter, he was lying. Hey, Sugio Factory, thanks for the tip. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll get that added to the queue after we're done today. Just a friendly reminder that nonsense, both sides isms, they're all bad. Just general crap like that just isn't welcome here. Save it for someone who doesn't understand how this works. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to cantrip the Mind Stone and hope to hit one of our main deck pulses, right? I guess I could play 2 Murderous Riders here and double block, and that puts us to 13, and we're only taking 11. Yeah, that technically that gives me an extra look. So we'll do this and just not be dead on board. Oh, I could have. Oh, I didn't count. I could have played the Mind Stone, right? I'll play the Witch's Oven at least. Could have played Mind Stone though, and then been up a mana for next turn. Yeah, I missed this mana over here when I was counting what I had. If they get sloppy and don't attack with the elf, I can eat the Murderous Rider and make it a food, which would be sweet. So the reason why the elf matters is I can't eat this because I'm taking exactly 11 here. Yeah, I don't know. Once Upon a Time Ghosted, I used to give people a lot more slack and free passes because, like, they're just ignorant or they mean well. But at the end of the day, like, these people who are ignorant are, like, literally causing other folks to die with their ignorance. So, like, I've mostly run out of sympathy. So if I would have played the Mind Stone last turn, I would have had 1 more mana this turn, which would have left me in a better spot, right? So I can plus this and put myself to 6. So I can then shock this in and play this. Oh, and then actually, I can play all the Guardians out and play a Platinum Angel here, right? Ha! That's great. That was a good add to the sideboard. So again, this is the thing that we're trying to do. This is why there's 4 Guardians of Koilos in the sideboard. Tezzeret gives your creatures and planeswalkers affinity for artifacts, so you get your artifacts in play, so these things are free. Please stop. Yeah, I mean, normally Angel's too expensive, but like when it's free, it's okay. Pretty okay. Go. I don't know if this is good, but it's certainly great, chat. It's certainly great. As you will, opponent, as you will. Yeah, do they have a main board answer to Platinum Angel? That's a real question. Oh, they have Agent of Treachery. They do. They have Agent of Treachery and they have a Wicked Wolf here. Alarak, 6 to 27 months. Welcome back. They're unlikely to have removal in their blue-green deck. Lol. You must be new here. So I can't kill any of these Cavaliers. Because if I kill the Cavalier, they get to get a thing out of their discard pile. I had to use Tezzeret to shock in the land to get going, unfortunately. Oh, May Hanunk, thank you for the half of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I assume you're currently living in that house, Macabre? Yeah, not having random human beings trekking through your house for people who are out looking for houses right now. Guys, I guess some people have to, I suppose, but yeah, I like, if you can afford to not have random people traipsing through your house, you should definitely not have random people traipsing through your house. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these are attacking Tezz, and just this is attacking Karn. Yeah, we just let Tezz die here. I'm gonna keep Karn alive. Sure. Karn can only plus on non-creature artifacts. So cannot be used to make this a 7/7. Monjoey, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't quite know how we killed them from here. All right, they found that. All right. All right. Remorse and Aether Gust sound good. Murderous Rider sounds less than good. I guess Rider's probably better than Pulse, although Pulse cleans up multiple things. Yeah, that's true. Pulse is good against Quasi-Duplicate. That's a good observation. Sure. Again, just going to play a land tapped on 1, because on 2 I can go Mind Stone into Witch's Oven without paying an extra 2. Yeah, looking into setting up some kind of sub-tournament through MTG Melee's on my to-do list at some point, Kent. And like, just give people the stipulation they have to be able to screen share via Discord to play. For the 3 months, Hayes, I appreciate the Court of Year. Welcome back. We're doing all right. We're very fortunate. Staying inside as much as we can to help out as much as we can. Okay, so I have another trail over there. We have the Tezzeret here. I basically just want to spam a bunch of artifacts into play here, right? Oh, I'm currently missing blue mana. That's awkward. Okay, so let's plus and try and find some blue mana. Okay. Perfect. So then we'll go Trail makes an artifact. Mind Stone makes an artifact, technically. And then next turn, we're set up to do the thing, right? Return to nature. Let's just read. You are only hurting yourself.
Your efforts are some solutions must be built.
Whee! The consistency with which this all comes together has kind of been great. Although I almost feel bad for Karn. I feel like we're giving him like motion sickness. Please stop. When he says please stop, it like breaks my heart a little bit. It's like I'm sorry, Karn, this is necessary. This is what you were created to do. I apologize for the stampede going on above my head. You know, 6-year-olds, what are you gonna do? I will not lose another friend. Give him the claw! The claw! The old 10 ball. You love to see it, chat. You love to see the old tenor. The claw animation alone makes it all worth it, okay? We gonna get mass manipulated for Exodus 2 here? Be real sad. Just an Exodus of Fate. Deal. You got it. I don't really care if they get Return to Nature back, so I'm gonna block if they attack. The Platinum Angel edition at the end was sweet. Having something phenomenal to just, like, stick the landing with. I think for Historic, I'm gonna develop the website the way I used to have it developed for Modern, which is, as I expand it, I'm gonna break the decks up into different categories. And we'll have these are competitive category, these are undecided, could be good category, these are memes, yeah, good, cool meme. Yeah, the Hoagland tiers. These are the tier 1 decks, these are the things that are untested but could be sweet, these are the things that, like, aren't good but they're incredibly sweet. Fan favorite, yeah. What did I call them last time? Well, for Modern, they're still technically up there. They're just not updated anymore. I had them proven, high potential, fan favorite, and meme. Those are the 4 classifications I had previously. You're dead to the claw! Give in! The claw shall envelop you! I appreciate them letting us make the claw animation. Bzum, 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 bzum. And they all feel outdated. Fuck off. Literally spent, listen, if you ever show up here and you want to criticize the work that I spend a ton of time doing and you don't give constructive, specific feedback about it, you can just make sure the door doesn't hit you on the backside on the way out. I work 70 hours a week most weeks, and one of the things that I put in hours doing on there is making sure that website's up to date. The only thing on those pages that are not kept up to date are the Modern decks, and that's why they're off to the side. They're just up there for archival purposes. They're all always updated, Kent. If a deck needs to be changed, I change it. That's literally the point of the site. Timestamps don't need to exist because I delete them if they don't need to be updated. It doesn't need to happen daily. I don't update it daily because the idea that you need to update deck lists every day is just nonsense. When there's large shifts in the format or new cards get introduced, like for example, when Historic Anthology 2 happened, I did a once-over of all the Historic decks up there. Every deck doesn't constantly have new videos posted because we play the things people submit to see played, but again, deck lists up there get posted, get updated, the actual lists get updated. If you would like to see the latest variation of a list played, you could always submit it to be played. But as far as the lists themselves, it's something I spend a lot of time working on. So get your vague corporate speak feels dated and bugger off. Normal Trent, thanks for the 2 months. I'll work on making my site more agile for you. I know a lot of you are working from home, but that doesn't mean you need to bring your corporate nonsense in here. I'll orchestrate a daily stand-up so we can talk about the decks on the site and make sure we get more agile together, so we can adjust for the workflow. I think I'm gonna play Trail here and just hold up Aether Gust. Hey, Kent Jr., thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Why don't we start with getting everyone on a conference call? What time works for everybody? We're just trying to figure this out together, okay? I just got done with a stand-up. Don't do that to me. Sorry, apologies. The new client I'm starting with wants me to get Agile certified. Oh, I really don't miss some things about corporate America. Agile certified. If COVID teaches us nothing else, it'll be just how many of those meetings could be emailed. So I'm gonna let this resolve, and then in response to its trigger, I'm gonna Aether Gust it so it mills itself. That's unfortunate. You could dodge a wrench, you could be Agile certified. Yeah, it's gonna be it for this one. Alright. I feel like we didn't win a lot of matches, but I feel like this was a good run. I feel like I succeeded in my build around goal. We set out to do a goal, and we set the thing up. We won a couple of matches in there. I also made a couple of mistakes in some of the matches that we lost. I felt like what we had built here was pretty cohesive overall. I think the one change I would probably make after playing is I almost felt like I had a little bit too much interaction, and Scion of Urza was really good in that set. Like, having another thing to generate card advantage in addition to Trail of Crumbs felt good. So I think I just coward split these all around here and just go 3, 3, and 3. As far as the sideboard goes, there's a lot of different things you could do with the sideboard with the Karn the Great Creator package. If you play this deck in best of 1, you open yourself up to having, all 15 slots. I think it is important at a minimum to have Thrashing Brontodons and Aether Gust in your sideboard so you have extra tools to bring in against the red aggressive decks. You could probably get away without having Agonizing Remorse, but I do like these as just a good generic combo interaction of sorts. But yeah, the Platinum Angel out of to end the chain with was truly delicious. That felt like a good addition. So it felt like we had a good time overall. All right, at any rate, we are going to roll on to the next deck here. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get the client restarted and get everything set up for this next one. When we get back, we're going to kick the tires on this Temur Planeswalker aggro here in Historic. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.